We got up and worked from can't to can't. You know what can't to can't is? Can't see when you get up and can't see when you lay down.
How long was the day? I'd say from 3 o'clock to 9, 3 o'clock in the morning, 9 at night, for 50 cents a day. And the 9, people going, well, every time you turn around, they want a break. A break. Man, we didn't know what a break was. On time, we got something broke about our bone.
You eat breakfast at 4 o'clock in the morning and then take a ride out there all day. And drink water whenever you had a chance to go around a windmill. If not, there was artesian wells that the water bubbled up. You would try to get the fresh water and drink out of the same trough that the cows would drink out of. There was nothing to do that, you know. And we would ride all day, put tassel in our bag to eat lunch off of. Tassel, that's I guess you would call it beef jerky nowadays, but it was tassel that we would eat. Just take your sandwich, and then you come back in the evening. That's when you ate your big meal.
We got to cook, and don't make him mad, because you do, you come in, you won't be no dinner cook. Everybody can't cook on a camp. You see, they use Dutch ovens and things like that, and open fires and racks and everything. They might take a quarter of a cash and build a rack, run a rod through it and build a fire under the meat. And every once in a while he'd turn it over, you see. He'd keep turning it over. That's sure good eating.
Our main dish was pinto beans. Well, it wasn't pinto beans in those days, it was red beans. And it'd take you half a day to cook a red bean, but they'd put them on so early in the morning until, my Lord.
We used to run cattle from the Duke Ranch out to Greta, and that was about 18 miles where we would drive cattle. You get up early in the morning, you drove cattle all day practically. You didn't get out there till maybe about 3 o'clock in the afternoon, driving maybe about 1,000 head of cattle to be shipped out. And I did that I don't know how many times.
Do everything I can to improve the cattle that I'm taking care of. And one guy told me, he said, you show more interest in the cattle than the man who owns the cattle. Well, whenever I ride the pasture and come in the evening, he wouldn't say, how's my cattle getting along? He'd always say, Kay, how your cattle getting along? Say, that's what he said, Kay, how your cattle getting along? Yeah, that's the way it was, you see.
You practically knew every cow in the herd, you know, even though you haven't seen that cow in maybe a year, but you still knew what certain herds had different cattle, and then you just about know, so, well, you know, that old cow, she lived in the bottom there last year, now she's moved to the prairie. Now she's hanging around the lake, you know, because you knew exactly where certain cows would normally do their roaming at that time.
We have what we call a pasture rider. He oversees everything, and he reports to the ranch what needs to be done, you see. If the cattle is getting pretty ticky, well, it's dipping time. That
dipping vat is a long chute made, I guess, about 5 feet wide, because you get some cattle in there that's pretty hefty. And it's deep right in the sea. When you slide here, the cow can't turn around, and so you get there and hollering at them and all the confusion. They hit that water, and some of them trying to jump across it because they see that other cows, and they'll jump, and when they jump, down in the water they go, and that water gets all over them, and then they start swimming out. They had the ticks on them, for lice or whatever you wanted to get for that. That killed the tick. The ticks were these little old ticks. They had little specks on them, and those were fever ticks. What today's cowboys do, they got the electric pump, and they go out there, and they won't even have a gasoline pump like they used to have. They'll put electric lights all over that pen and get that and spray them. Well, what kind of a cowboy is that?